Hey everyone! So today I'm going to be doing one of these videos that I was like, do I really want to partake in this kind of trend that's going around YouTube? Feels like there might be some pain involved. So I've had a quick little look at them. There's quite a few nice ones, which I really appreciate, but we're not just going to be covering the nice ones today. We're going to be getting into the nitty gritty. So here we go. So we're just gonna go ahead and get started. So I have 4 from somebody who doesn't seem to like me very much. So we're gonna cover those first. You are not ambitious career-wise. I would have to say yes and no to that. Like right now, my primary focus is my kids. So it's really, really difficult to be super like out there, like career woman right now. But I wouldn't really necessarily say that I am not career ambitious. I mean, my doula business is actually doing fairly good, even though I'm not up and running technically. Like I have like about 12 emails of potential clients for the coming 3 months that I can't take because Darian is coming first right now. I have an interview on Saturday, or not Saturday, sorry, Sunday, for somebody due in August, and I also have a interview for somebody due in May. So I wouldn't really say that I'm totally not career ambitious. I still try to do my best with YouTube. But you know, I have to kind of outweigh the pros and the cons as to what I get done in a day because I don't really have that much time. So, you know, yes and no. I'm not full on out there with the briefcase and the suit, but I do my best with the time that I have. All right, this one I really found ridiculous. You believe the man should be the main provider. I don't know where on earth anybody would get a vibe like that from me from. Just because my husband is the main provider doesn't mean that I believe it's the right choice for all families. And I know so many families where the mom is the main provider. Well, maybe not so many, but I do know some. And I just think, especially as a mom, if you want to breastfeed and all that stuff for like years and years and years like I do, it can be very, very difficult to be the main provider. A fun little fact I have for you guys actually is I know that hubby has been the main provider for like probably the majority of our married relationship. But prior to marriage, when we lived in San Francisco, I was the primary provider. I was the one working like more than full time to provide our lives in San Francisco, are very expensive living in San Francisco. And I worked full time and I went to school at night. And yeah, so I was the provider for a very short period of time, but I did suffer burnout because it was just really exhausting and I was not the healthiest. I was pretty overweight and I was suffering from some chronic fatigue. At the time, at only 19, I know it's really it's really young to be experiencing something like that, but that's what happened to me nonetheless. And moving to Germany just seemed really, really appealing, and to just be able to have a break. And yeah, I was a little bit burnt out. So I was the main solid provider when we were in San Francisco, and my husband, he had a little bit of money coming in from his parents, but he was not making any, he couldn't legally make money anyway. All right, by the same person. You're not, oh, no, I already read that one. You're mad that your body won't allow you to be really thin. Yes, that's kind of true. I grew up in the 90s where being really skinny was really fashionable. I was overweight as a child. I was bullied. I think that it's a lot of my life, it was something that I really struggled with and still do sometimes because my body's just different. At 19 years old, I didn't live too different of a lifestyle than my friends and family, and I managed to make it to a grand total of 230 pounds. So yeah, my body can be really, really frustrating sometimes on that level, but I think now, like now that I have a healthier lifestyle and that I found something that works better for me, it's been a lot easier. And now I can see that it's because I was just putting the wrong kinds of foods into my body, and my body was kind of reacting in that way where other people's bodies will respond in a different way to having the wrong kinds of foods. Struggling with obesity has actually, as hard as it can be to understand, it has kind of been a hidden blessing in disguise because not that many people as young as I have like totally switched their lives over to eating. I'd say I'm pretty dang healthy. Like I take care of my body and I'm proud to say that I do that, and I'm really responsible when it comes to what I put in my body and how I make sure I move it regularly. Probably the reason why I strive to get to where I am is because of all that suffering I went through from being bullied. There wasn't a whole lot of talk like there is today about body positivity at no matter what size. There just wasn't. Like these days there are a lot of plus size models who promote being happy where you are right now. It doesn't necessarily mean that you don't want to like strive to be healthier, but everybody's genetic composition is different and everybody struggles in some way or another when it comes to their health or their physical appearance. And I'm just glad that I've come as far as I have with it, and I feel like, you know, I learned a lot from it. I think that's enough from that person. You wish that your husband found a great job in the US so that you could live closer to your family. Yes and no, and this kind of ties into another assumption that I wish I could, or I miss living in the United States, which I do miss living in the United States for sure. But at the same time, I don't know for sure that I would go back. We have kind of gotten settled here, and there are a lot of things that I like about being here. That's just been one of the challenges of our relationship and of my life in general, is just not knowing where the right place is for us to live, I guess you could say. Like both have pros and cons, but we're so like set here that it's hard to ever imagine going back. And I don't know for sure that I would ever go back 100%. One thing that is for sure is that I wish I could visit a heck of a lot more. This one I thought was really funny. You want a mama only vacation. Oh God. Yes, that would be so awesome. All right, this one I found interesting. You are probably misinformed since you choose not to vaccinate your children. I never talked about whether or not I vaccinate my children. I don't feel like it's a responsible thing to talk about on social media, just because people get influenced by other people on social media, and I am aware that I am an influencer, so I don't feel it responsible to talk about especially something as not just controversial, but as important as that topic. So I have chosen to not state anything whatsoever about it because I don't want anybody to make choices based off of the choices that I have decided to make. Hey, I think we're already out of all of the ones that was negative for the most part. So I really appreciate how many of you guys think so positively about me. A lot of you guys have said that you think I'm an easygoing mother and that I never yell or lose my temper. That was probably one of the most common nice ones that I got. But the answer, or like the assumption, is kind of incorrect because I try my best not to yell at my kids, but at the same time I have to protect them. And yeah, I lose my temper like everybody does. And I do it for their safety and for their well-being. And you know, I have a temper just like everybody pretty much. This one is cute. You are a workout nut, love animals, and love warm sunny weather. Definitely love animals, definitely love warm and sunny weather. I feel like there are people who are more nutty when it comes to workouts than I am, but at the same time, I do really enjoy workout. I don't really find it to be a chore. It's something I look forward to. I love getting my sweat on. So yes and no to the nut thing, but I do know people who are far more nutty than me. Another one is you are a very patient person. I'm not really sure. Like maybe when it comes to my kids, I feel like I can be patient, but at the same time, I can be really impatient sometimes. Like, I don't know. I'm kind of one of those people who, when I set goals, I kind of want things to happen just overnight. You know what I mean? So maybe I'm not the most patient person in the world. All right, the last one I'm gonna take is that I would like to have a fourth child. Yeah, I would like to have a fourth child. It's one of those things where it's like, it's always scary to embark, oops, sorry plant. It's always scary to embark on another journey that is so intense, and like adding another person, I just feel like I'll know when the time is right, and whether or not we are gonna have a fourth, I don't know, but at the same time, I do really, really want one, so that assumption is correct. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video and that it answered some of your questions about me, and that hopefully you can understand where I'm coming from a little bit better. And yeah, I was nervous about this one. I remember going on my Instagram being like, okay, let's see what people have to say, because this is when the people who tend to not follow me for the best reasons are like, I want to talk. So I was like, oh God, here we go. But anyways, like I said, hope you enjoyed this video. The sun is shining today. I'm really, really happy about that. And yeah, I'm gonna go enjoy my day, and I hope you enjoy yours. Bye.
Pick a dream and wake your soul. Let the music take control and learn to dance. Get on up, let's go. We've got some money and gas in the car, so let's hit the road. Can't you see we're moving slow? It's dangerous, we'll see. We'll both be gone eventually. We save and save. There's never enough for a rainy day, so let's go. Let's take a trip to a foreign place that we don't even know. Don't you feel we're moving slow? It's sudden, we'll see. The world's not waiting on you or me. You're the one I love, so come and have a little fun. What am I doing? Traveling, there's not much money. What am I saying? Making excuses. No ocean, no ocean. I see people in places.